Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Angry Asian America on ISAtv. I'm Phil Yu, I'm the founder and editor of Angry Asian Man. We're here talking about the latest news and events from the community. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, comedian and writer Jenny Yang.
Yay!
What's up, Jenny?
Oh, everything, dude, everything. I just flew in from Seattle and it's like, I'm tired, but I'm ready. Episode 2!
Hell yeah, we're doing
Episode
this.
2! We have some amazing guests today for episode 2. First off, we have musician and actor Jonathan Park, aka Dumbfoundead, aka Parker.
Yes, a lot of AKAs.
Yes, hello.
How you doing?
Welcome.
How you doing? Big fan of both of you guys.
Thank you.
AngryAsianMan.com. Of course, I've been visiting the site since my 56K modem and AI.
Oh yeah?
Yes. This was my pre-porn days. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a smart child.
And next to him is, oh my God, all the fangirls, get ready. We have Lanie Alabanza Barcena. Yes, and she is the founder and creative director of the badass fashion line Hellz Bellz.
Yes.
Yes, and my Instagram inspiration, I have to say.
Oh, thank you.
I'm exploring the red lip. I'm exploring the red lip sometimes because of you.
All right guys, so our first topic, our angry story of the week, is about bullying. Asian Americans getting bullied, actually. So you guys know that more than half of all Asian American teens say that they've been bullied in school. The statistic's a couple of years old, but an infographic's been circulating last week compared to other ethnic groups, right? So white, Latino, black, those report about 31, 34, 38%, whereas Asian Americans say 54% have been bullied, right? So that's staggering, the difference is staggering. Yeah, let me just throw it out there, like, what do you guys feel, why is this happening? What are the reasons why Asians might be targeted for bullying in schools?
I mean, my thoughts on it is that I don't think a lot of the other kids are familiar with Asian culture. And when you're different, you kind of get like poked fun at, you know what I mean? And that comes down to like, we always talk about this Asian representation in the media and the lack of that. You look at the figures of Asian American actors and stuff in these movies and TV roles, and they're not the coolest roles, you know what I'm saying? I think we need, cooler figures, and familiarize the youth with Asian Americans.
I don't know. Well, see, for me, it was different. I grew up in a school where the minority was the majority, and like the minority for my school was white. Like they bused in white people to my school.
Yeah. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in San Diego, but like southeast San Diego.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so for me, I didn't really encounter much Asian bullying, but what I did encounter was Asian American bullying towards Asians, like that came
Fobbier, fresh off the boat ones.
So like a lot of like my friends, not specifically my friends, but Asian Americans, they would bully like the new kids that would come in straight from the Philippines or Asia, and that was really sad.
Asian on Asian bullying.
Yeah, that's even worse to me.
It's tragic.
Yellow on yellow hate, man.
Damn. Well, I hear, through my blog, I hear about a lot of people who, I think we're kind of an exception in terms of the Asian American community, but I hear from a lot of people who are like, they're the only Asian at their school. Mm-hmm. They're the only ones who, they get made fun of all the time because of their ethnicity. And it comes down to a lot of factors, but one of them, a major one, is just like, there's a certain foreignness that's associated with the Asianness, and then you're dehumanized because of that, right? And people are bullies. They're always gonna pick on just like whatever they can find that's different. But then there's like this element of just extra, like if you're the only one, you feel so isolated, you know what I mean? What advice would you guys have for somebody who is like sort of like on the playground? Like we're talking about teens, we're talking about school kids,
right,
having to deal with this every day. They're feeling pretty isolated. Do you guys have any advice maybe for the kids who are kind of like, in the thick of it?
I don't know, I feel like it's easier said than done. We could easily tell them to embrace being an individual, being different or whatnot, but like until you're at, in their place, experiencing what they're experiencing, it's hard for me to even just tell them that.
It feels like the adult answer to give them.
Yeah,
Like, yo, come on, be unique. Be happy. You're like a unicorn. But I think it goes down to like education, like the teachers and adults, like,
it's the teachers.
They gotta pull up pictures of Dumbfoundead, like, look at this motherfucker. Ill as
I gotta say, when I went to school in a pretty white, small liberal arts school on the East Coast, I met Asians that weren't from Southern California like me, and they were like, oh my God, look at you. You're kind of a loud Asian. You can you have your opinions. Like, where did you come from? It was like they were like starving for just like another person that looked like me.
It's our culture too. We were brought up in a way to like kind of respect your elders, hold back, don't speak unless you're spoken to. And so a lot of those kids take that into like how they are in school. And so they take all the bullying and whatnot because they don't feel like they can't defend themselves because it's not how they were brought up.
I think we got to break out of that. I mean, my advice to kids would be like, yo, if something's going down, like speak up, stand up, say something, you know? People bully others because they think that they're not going to fight back.
Yep.
Basically, it makes you an easy target. And so, you know, you have to stand up. Like, I feel like the one thing that us Asians are kind of known for in a shitty way, it's like, we're going to be the passive ones. We're going to look down and take it, you know? And I feel like that needs to stop, you know? That stereotype needs to die.
Let's go.
All right, Lanie and John, get ready for this story. Okay, so this is what had happened. Mindy Tran is a mother in Massachusetts. She thought she put her car in park in her garage, right? But that started rolling, but guess what? 2 of her babies were inside in the back seat. So what did she do before the car rolled into traffic? She straight up went around, okay, laid down on the ground and became a human speed bump to slow down the car. Thank you. Mindy Tran, mama. Mama of the year, that is what happened.
That's
No
pretty
words
hardcore.
for that.
So if I remember correctly, she broke her.
Yes. What are
she
the
crushed her
injuries?
knee.
Yeah.
She dislocated her shoulder, her leg.
hip.
She can't walk. She's had multiple surgeries, but her kids are cool.
Safe. Another neighbor came out and helped it out, but the gut instinct was for her to just lay down and be like, let's slow this car.
That's respect, but that doesn't seem the most effective
No.
way, I gotta say.
How much of an incline was her driveway where she didn't feel like she could just kind of
It was steep. It was steep. Apparently, by all accounts, it was steep, and there was traffic on the street, and I'm assuming she was a tiny Asian lady. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
I
why
don't
were her
know.
kids still in the car anyway?
She had just parked it.
She parked
Yes.
She
it.
just parked it, and then she was getting out of the car to take them out, and then the car started
Let's
rolling.
give her the props.
I know.
Lanie.
Let's give her
Jeez,
props.
I
Let's give her props.
For the love of God, she broke her legs.
Well, I mean, a lot of people see this story and they're like that doesn't seem like the most effective way to stop it. But like you weren't in the situation.
Right,
You're
right,
like,
right.
First instinct is like, my kids, and then she just jumped in front, right? Okay, guys. So this next one we're gonna file under Asians behaving badly. All right. So this story's out of Colorado. It's about a mom. Her name is Sandy Nguyen. She convinced the community and her son that he had cancer, 6-year-old kid, in order to collect donations from the community, and then they use that money to basically go to Disneyland and stuff.
Wow.
I heard about this. This is the craziest story. So apparently she was getting her hair done and she was telling the story to her hairstylist. Sitting next to her was a real doctor. And then nothing was adding up. She's talking about the chemo and all the appointments, blah, blah, blah. And the doctor was like, this isn't making any sense. So the doctor reported it and that's how she got caught.
Oh,
That's crazy.
So it was divine intervention. She was meant to get caught.
Yo,
because
this is a new level of Asians being cheap. I gotta say, this is a new level of cheap Asians. That's crazy. So what? I mean, they just made a lot of money.
Well, she told the community basically my son has leukemia. We're having a drive for they did walkathons and that kind of thing in his school. They all people chipped in money. They raised $25,000, under the auspices that they were for his cancer care, right? And so basically, but then there's all these stories of them. They went to Disneyland on the money, and you'd think oh yeah, a kid has cancer. Let's take him to Disneyland. That's cool. But basically, they were using that money.
Not even Disney World? Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Aim higher.
I know, man. What is it? I mean, that's messed up. That's wrong on so many levels. And she told the kid he actually had cancer.
Yeah.
The kid thought he had cancer.
She
Basically.
would shave his head every morning, but didn't tell him why.
So sad.
Yeah, so sad.
Basically, if you tell your kid he has cancer, you're telling your kid that you're convincing him that he's dying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's mom of the year, right? All right, so in this next segment called Fresh Off the Blog, we're taking some stories from the blog that we didn't have time to talk about this week, but we want to definitely give some shout outs to. So first off, we're talking about Hwang Lee. He's an actor who's in the trailer for The Maze Runner, a new movie coming out based on a really popular book. And if you check out the trailer, you get to see Hwang. He plays a character named Minho, and he's running around like hell. So go for it, Hwang. Do it.
Next up, we want to shout out Hari Kondabolu. He's a stand-up comic, and recently he had a comedy album drop. It's called Waiting for 2042. It's so funny. You have to get it. Listen to it. He's hilarious, political, brown, representing.
Next, I want to show some love to a brand new comic from Marvel Comics called Ms. Marvel. It features the first ever Pakistani-American superhero. She's a teenager from New Jersey, and she's just killing it. It's a really awesome, inspirational comic. So check it out, Ms. Marvel. Issue number 2 hit stands last week. All right, well, thanks for joining us for Angry Asian America. I want to thank our guests. Guys, you guys got anything you want to plug? And also tell us what's making you angry this week.
What am I angry about this week? I am angry about the lack of Asian male representation in the porn industry. There's tons of Asian females in the porn industry, but no Asian male porn stars. And that's kind of weak, it's like, it's not fair. And I mean, the porn name possibilities are endless. We got Hwang, Hung, like tons of things, so I'm pretty angry about that, and I have been since I was 14, 15.
Okay, and what I'm working on right now, I'm working on the brand on Hellz Bellz, and everybody who wants to shop the brand, they can shop the brand at hellshop.com or catch me on Alpha Girls every Wednesday, 8 p.m. And what's getting me mad is, no matter how hard I try, I can't get my dog to be potty trained. Like, she keeps all over the place, and she's a bitch, literally.
Jenny?
So what's happening is April 5th, I have 2 shows in one night in Oakland. What's up, Oakland? Asian Cultural Center, Oakland Asian Cultural Center, April 5th, disorientedcomedy.com. And what I'm angry about this week is, have you been watching Cosmos? Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? It's like a science show. People are hating on Neil deGrasse Tyson, my future boo. You know what I mean? How do you do that? He's educating the world about the stars.
All right, for me, what's making me angry this week? I travel a lot, so I fly on planes a lot. And last 2 flights I've been on, somebody has farted. Somebody has dropped a bomb on the flight. That's just like, that's rude. That's breaking a social contract, right? Just hold it, man. Hold it till we get off the plane. So that's mad nasty.
So we just want to give a big thanks to our Angry Artist of the Week, Big Phony, for providing the soundtrack for this week's episode.
Be sure to subscribe to ISAtv for future episodes. We'll be here every first and third Tuesday. Leave a comment, let us know what you think. And be sure to check out angryasianman.com to check out all the latest stories. And as always, stay angry.